All right, guys, welcome to the creek. We are in Suburbia and we are trying to figure out if fish live in this place. It is a fairly small suburban backyard creek, but it is that time of year where fish are moving up into these smaller bodies of water. So we're gonna go see what we can find. Come along, let's find out. So off to a good start already, because I saw minnows and bait, and the early times of the year, that is always a good sign, because if the minnows and bait are here, then that means that there are probably predators feeding on them. Today I'm throwing a swim jig. This is a dirty jig swim jig. I've got a swim bait on the back and I'm throwing natural colors. We're gonna see what we can find with this. So it is early April here in Illinois, and this may not be the time of year where you look at a backyard creek like this and say, oh, I want to go wade it. But this time of year tends to be a good time because we get some rain and it brings the level up a little bit. And typically when you have deeper water in creeks like this, if you can find some that have that deeper water paired with those water conditions that allow those deep holes to fill up, then you have a good chance of finding some fish. So that's what I'm hoping for here today. We're gonna keep working up through this first section, but this looks like a nice little pool. I'm standing in a riffle right now. But as you look up, water is slower. We can tell we have some depth over here on the right side. Water's moving down through the middle, and there's another little riffle up there. So that riffle pool, riffle sequence is present here. So we're just hoping that this pool up ahead of us has some fish in it. I'm not gonna get too far into it right now because I wanna see if there's anything hanging out towards the back. So I wanna get a few casts in there because you do have to be careful not to spook fish in small bodies of water like this. They really don't like it if you're walking on their home, and they're not going to bite if you do, so I'm going to keep our distance. So I don't want to give you guys any misconceptions. It is sunny out. It's a little nicer than it has been, but this water is not warm by any means. It's quite cold. Ooh, was that a bite or a rock? I have to say I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't had a bite yet. This does have some decent depth. It's got some nice slow water over there on the right. Cast into that, but no bites. I'm wondering if this jig head is a little too heavy. I'm bouncing it off the bottom quite a bit, having to reel it fairly fast, but I'm looking for a reaction strike. I cast right down this current seam. Bump, bump, bump. Waiting for one of those bumps to be a fish. Oh, that was a nice one. Came up for it. Damn. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's right here. All right, well, there are some smallmouth in here. We learned that much. But we also learned that they may be short striking and not really fully committing. If I had to guess, I would say it's because of the really cold nights we've had recently. This water temperature has surely dropped over the last couple days. And today's the first day with some sun, giving it a chance to actually warm up a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and push on upstream, see what we can find up there. So let's go ahead and preview the water that we have coming up ahead of us. Alright guys, so far it's been tough. One bite, one fish seen. So they are here, they do live here. But how do we get them to bite, and where are there more of them? In other words, a higher concentration of fish. This spot looks like it could be the spot. It's got some really nice features. You can definitely tell we've got depth. The water's not moving as fast. Current's pushing over there towards the left side. And it also looks like there's a little creek running in here. So we're gonna sneak up here, gonna fish this slowly, see if we can't find a few fish. There's one. Not a bad one. Get down here. All right. Man, that thing is fat. Okay, one smallmouth on the board. Probably, I don't know, 13 or 14 inches, but really fat belly. It's been eaten. We confirmed it. Fish do live here. Let's catch another one. What do you say? I let that cast sink down to the bottom, and then I was just slow rolling it like this, just bumping into rocks. And one of those bumps was not a rock. All right, guys, we've got a nice deep pool here. Very excited about this one. We're getting towards the end of our little wade here, so this last bit of water is going to be pretty precious. We're going to try to sneak another bite in. It's that time of year where bodies of water like this can be hit or miss, so you got to be prepared for the tough fishing. Just hoping we can find one more that's willing to bite. I don't doubt that they're here now. I do doubt that they're aggressive just because of the weather the past few days. It's been really cold, getting down into the 20s at night. And then today is really the first day we've had sun in a while. This water temperature had to have plummeted over the last few days. I don't think that affects fish movement, but I do think that affects how aggressively they're biting from one day to the other. This is what the jig looks like, just going along the bottom. Some real deep water here, folks. Don't know if you can see that. Not the most comfortable walking in this, especially in soft bottom, but we're gonna try to get through it. Oh, we got one. Oh, he's up there by the flow. All right, another fish on. This feels like a pretty good one. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Come on, buddy. All right, nice fish. Maybe a little bit bigger than the last. Not huge. Fell victim to the swim jig. Gotta love a little backyard creek smallie, right? Right, guys? Graceful. I'm the king of graceful releases. He's right up there. If we look upstream, guys, I don't know if we can tell really well from this angle. It's a little current seam up there where the water's moving out in the middle. And then over to the left, just a little bit of slack water. It's not really moving. And back here where I'm at, the water's actually moving upstream, so there's a little bit of backflow. So we're in a large eddy here. And I did not feel that bite. He was sitting right up there, pretty close to the seam. Ate it pretty good. I'm over here standing in some water that's up to my waist, more or less, and it's pretty darn cold. When it's up to your waist, it's a little bit different from when you're just standing up to your knees or a little less. It looks like I'm gonna have to go through some deep water to get up to the next section. So it feels like that fish was actually sitting right where it starts to get deeper. It's kind of right in this area, honestly. So we got a current coming down through here, but it drops off. So I bet he was hiding behind a rock or something, sitting right on that transition, it looked like. All right, guys, we're on the last little section here before we have to call it a day. And I don't know about you, but 2 just does not feel like enough. Turtle alert. So let's get 1 more here and call it a day. You know what, let's make it 2 more. How about 2 more in this pool? Because we've only been catching 1 per pool, which is not great. Got 2 fish, 3 bites. I think we can do better than that. Okay, there's a fish. I think it's a really small one. But I'll take it. Well, it's another smallmouth. I was hoping for maybe something different. Maybe a little rock bass. Small little guy. He's missing part of his tail. See you later, buddy. We're getting into the home stretch and it doesn't look good for another fish. It's a decent little pool right here. I would like to get 1 more, finish the day off. But really, this isn't the most ideal time of day, this time of year especially, to be fishing. It's starting to get cold again. Sun is not hitting the water in very many spots. But I think we did okay. We at least proved that there are fish here in this little backyard suburban creek. And I do plan on doing a little more exploring of smaller bodies of water like this. Some in suburbia, some in the country, some urban if I can find them. And basically we're gonna ask the same question each place we go. We're gonna see if the fish live there and what kinds. Now I know I've kind of just been targeting predatory fish. I think at other times of the year there's probably more species here, but right about now there's a lot of smaller fish, bait fish, some suckers, and then it looks like bass are moving up into this area. I think that is going to do it for today. Thanks for coming along with me and exploring this backyard suburban creek. We did confirm that there were fish here. I wish we could have caught a few more. I think we would have if the conditions were a little bit different, but you can't always control when you can get out to fish. So come along for me next time as we explore another small body like this somewhere else. See you guys.